What do you want to be when you grow up? Do you remember being asked that? For some reason, I still get asked that question a lot, and I don't know why. But what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, when I was growing up, it seemed like all the boys wanted to be football players or police officers or firefighters, and just go on and on. But in the text we're going to look at today, and I want to really focus on just a couple verses in Luke today, because there's a lot of theology based off of these two verses. And sometimes it can get a little bit twisted. And there's many different beliefs about these passages. And so I want to kind of focus on these. But here's the thing. And what we're going to be reading today, we find, one of the greatest stories ever told. And Luke reveals to us this story about Jesus. And from Genesis to Revelation, we read of this showdown that takes place between none other than Satan and God himself. See, here's the deal. God sits on the throne, and he has never given that authority or that power to anybody else. He is on that throne today. We serve a God who is alive and well and is in full control of what is taking place in this world today. And he's fully aware of the things that are happening. But here's the kicker. Satan wants that throne. He wants that place. He wants that power, and he wants that authority. But God is not going to give that up to himself, or give that up. So what he's been doing in the process, since Satan knows that he's never going to have that throne, as a matter of fact, that's what got him kicked out of heaven, was his pride and his ego. And since he knows that he no longer has this power, he knows that he's not going to have the power of God. So what he's done is he's twisted his mission. He's fixed his sights on you and me. And I want you to understand that this Christian life, this Christian walk is not easy. From the moment that you place your faith in Christ, as soon as you step out of that darkness and into the light, Satan is coming. Mark my words. It's not an easy life, and Jesus never expected or told us that we were going to have an easy life. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. But we have this promise and this assurance that no matter what we face in this life, that God is going to be with us. I think one of the greatest promises in all the scriptures where Jesus said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So we have this full assurance. Try as he may, and Satan is coming. He's going to start the attacks in our lives. But we have the promise and the peace and the hope that Jesus Christ is going to be there with us through every step that we take. And here's the kind of the sad part. Satan has convinced himself. Satan truly believes that he can win this thing. He truly believes that. But we know better. In Genesis 3:15, God says this, I will put hostility between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. Satan thought that he had finished Christ. Satan thought that he had defeated him. And I'm going to tell you something. You take the Old Testament and you strip it down, and basically the whole Old Testament can be boiled down to one simple sentence. And that is simply this: the Messiah is coming.